My topic today is somnambulism, and nobody knows what that is. It's not good. Okay, so hopefully you figure it out during this speech. I'm not gonna tell you what that is. In 19 no in 8 correction in 1987 there was a guy by the name of Kenneth Park in Ontario. He was married to a beautiful woman, with a beautiful girl and a woman. And Probably about like I don't know, probably in the middle of their marriage, he had a problem, and what he did was he drove about 14 miles to his mother-in-law, so like his parents-in-law's house, and he ended up killing them. Yeah, so right after that, he drove himself. He went to the police station and reported that he's killed someone, but he doesn't know, he doesn't remember anything. Now there was an investigation. So in 1992, he was acquitted for this problem. Does anybody know what this is right now? Sleepwalking. That's what the problem is. So, what is sleepwalking? Is probably one of the major problems that was faced previously in previous years back. At the age of about 6 to 12, kids tend to experience sleepwalking. Now, before we go into more detail, I want to explain to you what sleeping pretty much is. Before you go to sleep, your body has this sort of something we call internal clock, which we call a circadian rhythm. And what it is we are usually awake at night because of the light. So daytime, sun is out, you're alert because it's too bright, and your brain is pretty much active. However, when it hits night, it's a little darker, so your brain tends to slow down a bit. And what happens is that there's something in your eye called retina. Retina. What happens is that it sends information to your hypothalamus, which releases, I don't want to go into the scientific sort of more detail of it. It releases something we call melatonin. And what happens is that it slows your body down, you become drowsy, and you pass out. Some of us pass out for like 10 hours, which is pretty bad. Now, I want to go into what really there are 4 stages, actually there are 5 stages of sleeping, and hopefully I can tie in what sleepwalking is if I explain this. So before you go to sleep, this is the first stage, and what happens is that when you go to sleep, the first 5-10 minutes, you tend to sort of be aware of what's going on around you. You tend to hear people talk, you tend to sort of move around, and sort of you're a little bit alert. The second stage is more like the same thing, but the most important stage is more like 4 and 5. And so from 1 to 4, and what this stage is called is non-REM sleep, and what it is non-rapid eye movement. And what it is that your body is a little bit alert, but your brain starts slowing down. So at this stage, 1 to 4 stages, you tend to move around, you tend to steal pillows from whoever you're sharing a room with. You tend to sort of kick people and do all this kind of stuff. Now you hit stage 5, which is rapid eye movement. And what that is your brain is so active that you paralyze. That's when you dream. That's the dreaming stage. So back to sleepwalking. So when this happened, they were thinking that we act out our behaviors based on this, based on you dreaming. But it's impossible because when you're at this stage, you paralyze. This is the stage where you're dreaming, your brain is so active that really you cannot move. And this is more like an electroencephalogram, which is the diagram of a brain when someone looks at it. Now, this is a normal sleep, and this is what happened, and this is a REM sleep. So all the red dots that you see here is the activity of the brain. So in rapid eye movement, your eye is moving so fast, and your brain is so active that you see so many sort of blood, more like blood, so in this case, you're paralyzed, you cannot move. As compared to the other stages, 1 to 4, this is more like what's happening. Your body is active, your brain is a little bit more not so active. So the problem with sleepwalking is based on so many problems, and scientists are still working as to figure out what the problem is. Now, based on what we know, and there's still a lot of research going on, is that there's some sort of a problem with the chromosome number 20, and they start sort of looking into that. So what happened with sleepwalking? Go back to the stage. So with stage 3 and 4, which is more like the deep sleep. So when someone is at those stages, remember their body is active, their brain is not so active. Because if your brain is very, very active, you cannot move, which is this stage. So at this stage, people are able to sort of walk around the house, do whatever they want to do. They usually eat, usually go around and do whatever they want to do, but they do not realize that because they are at this level, and this level we call a deep sleep, because they're very active, but they cannot recognize whatever they do the day after or before. So that's pretty much the end. So in conclusion, what I'm trying to get at is he was acquitted because based on sort of diagnosis and stuff like that, they figured that during rapid eye movement, there was no way this guy could have moved. There was no way, because when you're at that stage, you're paralyzed, you cannot move. However, they figured that that happened, which killing his in-laws happened when he was at this stage, but they were able to back it up with sort of all the diagnoses and stuff like that that happened. That's what this is what it's called. Somnambulism, rapid eye, or sleepwalking. So now you can add that to your vocabulary. If you wanna, you can add that to your vocabulary and be able to show off as to what you've learned. So yeah, that concludes the end of my presentation.